Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do a fun little video, and what we're going to do today is we're actually going to do the comparison between water fasting for general health and healing and water fasting for weight loss, because you actually fast completely different and you get different results for each different way. Now, because this video is going to actually be a little bit long, on the longer side, I'm going to go ahead and timestamp all of the main points right now. Alright, to start, let's talk about the types of fasts that there are, so that you can better understand what you're getting yourself into. We're going to start off with what most people like to call a religious fast. And basically, that is a from sun up until sundown, you're not allowed to have any food or liquid. You take nothing in from sun up to sundown. It's a single day thing, and a lot of people, a lot of religions, they'll do it for weeks on end. Now, after or before the sun is up, after it's down or before it's up, you can have normal foods and drinks just like a regular day. So even though this is considered a fast, you're only fasting for a maximum of, say, 16 hours per day. That's not too much different than the intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is basically choosing a window of time each day that you're allowed to eat. A lot of people, you'll hear 16/8. Now 16/8 is almost identical to a religious fast, except for, well, really there's no except for. It's pretty much an intermittent fast that runs 16/8. But a lot of people, what they do is they'll go 20/4. And what the hours matter is the more hours you go without eating, from the time you eat until the time you eat again, the more likely you're going to reach a state of light ketosis where you're actually feeding on your body's fat. So that's why a lot of people use OMAD, the 1 meal a day. It's a simple type of fast. You're basically fasting for 23 hours and you've got an hour in which to eat. And during that hour, and with intermittent fasting in general, when you are off your fast and you're in your feeding period, you're going to eat an equivalent amount of calories to what you would eat in a normal day. So for some people, that's difficult. It's hard to eat 3,000 calories for some people in a single meal, or a meal plus a snack if they're doing 20 hours fasting and 4 hours eating. So intermittent fasting, 1 meal a day. OMAD is also just an intermittent fast. Then you step out and you've got ADF, alternate day fasting. That's where one day you fast, the next day you eat. The next day you fast, the next day you eat. Now here's the thing, on ADF, your eating day, you're only going to eat 1 day's worth of calories. So for most people that's going to lie somewhere around the 2,000 to 3,000 calorie range. ADF is really good for cutting weight because you have an entire day that you're fasted before you get to the next day, and on this day you're going to eat your breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever meals you normally eat. If you like doing OMAD, then you're going to have 47 hours between meals. But seriously, it's tough to fill up 3,000 calories in an hour without eating poorly. Now after you've broken the ADF, then you start getting into the numbers. I'm doing a 4-3 this week, or a 5-2, or a 6-1. And basically what those numbers mean is I'm fasting for this many days, and then I'm going to eat for this many days. Obviously it's going to always tally up to 7 because there are 7 days in a week. For me personally, I did 6-1, 6 days fasted, 1 day eating for 10 weeks straight, and averaged about 3.5 pounds per week lost. The reason you don't lose as much weight on those is because every week you restart. So the first 3 days of the week are the 3 days of hell. before you get to the lifetime of heaven. So really you're only doing a deep fast for 4 days if you're doing 6 and 1. If you're doing less, you're doing 5 and 2, then you're only really fasting for 2 days or 3 days. So you have to basically subtract 3 to get to deep fasting. Now you're going to lose weight regardless, either way. If you're fasting, you're going to lose weight. It's simple mathematics. And I'll do another video talking about the math involved in weight loss, fasting, and the science behind all of it. Just because I've done a lot of research and I think I want to share it with you guys. Okay, let's get started with water fasting for the health benefits. And what that really means is you want to get your body into a state of ketosis and you want to activate autophagy and have it go in full blast as long as you can. Now what autophagy does, some people, they word it incorrectly. They say it gets rid of your damaged cells, and dude, I am very country. Ha! Okay, it gets rid of your damaged cells so that you can build new ones. And that is not quite accurate. What autophagy actually does is it cleans out the junk from your damaged cells and thereby lets them be used again. So think of it kind of like a bowl of salad, okay? And this is a bowl of salad that you've pretty much used up, and it's just going to sit over to the side, and it's got salad dressing and rotted salad and all this nasty stuff. It's been there for a while, right? But that doesn't mean that the bowl itself is bad. You can take that bowl, dump it out, clean it out, and then what can you do after you've got a brand new clean bowl? You can use it again for whatever else you want to put in there. Which me, when I'm on a diet and fasting, is probably going to be like ice cream, chips. Give me some junk, cheese dip. But no, I digress. So basically, autophagy just cleans out the junk and the garbage in your body cells. This is really cool because it allows for a lot of different types of healing. Which is why people that water fast, sometimes they'll talk about how their eyesight has improved, or they've lost acne that they've had for years, or for me specifically, it got rid of my gout. Now I've heard mixed results for getting rid of the gout. I think that because I did such an extended fast, the crystals had time to break down. That's all it is. The gout is just crystals that form around your joints, and they make it like for really bad pain. Feels kind of like you broke your foot. Okay, so some people, they talk about how their gout got worse. For me, it completely got gone. And I might want to attribute this mostly to the fact that I was fasting and walking a lot. So the crystals had time to break down, but also I was using the joints over and over and over, and I think that would help to help the gout be gone also. This is personal, like just an idea I have. I have no factual evidence to back that up, so don't say walking and fasting will fix your gout. It did for me. It might not for you. Also, irritable bowel syndrome. I had had it for years, but during a period of water fasting, when you're putting nothing into your body except for clean water and the occasional electrolytes, which I will link to in the description of this video. But when you're only putting water in, the occasional electrolytes, what happens is your digestive system goes into sleep mode. It saves power. And it's able to do something that it's not normally able to do. And that is focus on healing itself. Because normally it's a system that never stops moving. So you're constantly putting in food, it's constantly processing, and it's constantly being pooped out the other end. So by being able to take a minute and actually focus on healing itself, you can get rid of a lot of cool stuff. I've read that it heals polyps. I know for a fact my IBS is completely gone. I haven't had an attack of IBS in over 2.5 years, and I've been fasting for right at 3. So there you go. Anecdotal evidence out the wazoo. Okay, other things that can be healed. Dr. Fung also talks about how intermittent fasting can help with diabetes. that's the thing. I don't have diabetes, so I can't speak to it, but he's an expert in his field, so I'm going to go ahead and trust him on that. Okay, so let's talk about something that happens when you're water fasting for weight loss, not for healing. Okay, so when you fast for weight loss, basically you're wanting to take in and do a 0-calorie diet to keep your body in a state of ketosis, and thereby keep your body forced on feeding on your own body fat. Now that is what water fasting gets you to. That's way better than just a low-calorie diet. A low-calorie diet kind of screws you up because it'll get you from here to here on the food you eat. And then from here to here, your body starts attacking itself. Organs, muscle, all of that gets attacked before finally getting here into ketosis. Now with a low-calorie diet, the problem is you get here every day and you have to reset every day because you're eating again. So then you've got calories get you to here, attack your body, muscle, organs, finally to ketosis and run out, and then back to 1, over and over and over and over. Which is why a lot of people see muscle loss during those types of fasts. Now intermittent fasting is not the same thing because you're actually eating enough calories during your window to make up for the difference to actually get you through. It's fine having a calorie deficit. It's not fine eating 200 to 500 calories a day and expecting to not lose muscle mass. Where fasting actually beats this is, just like before, you initially have food in your digestive system. That's your glycogen. It's going to go ahead and process, and then your body still spazzes out, attacks your organs, your muscle for a few hours during the second day. From the third day on, when you're in ketosis, right, smooth sailing. Your body looks to the fat and stops looking at the muscle. So the longer you can do an extended fast, the more fat you're going to feed your body. And the quicker you're going to lose actual fat mass. So here's the thing. As long as you're taking in 0 calories, you can be fasting for weight loss. That means that you can have diet sodas that are 0 calorie. It means that you can have black coffee, the 0 calorie green teas and black teas and whatever, Earl Greys. If there's no calories, basically you can have it. And that opens you up to a lot more of a variety, and you can still feel like you're doing something and ingesting something during your fasting days. For me, pickle juice, love it. If I'm just fasting for weight loss, I can actually have a pickle or 2 at night, once a day. Can't have too many, but once a day. They're 0 calories. Make sure you get 0 calorie pickles. Don't be like, Roger said I could have pickles, and you're out there getting bread and butters that are like 30 calories a piece. No, 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 no. Roger didn't say that. Don't be twisting my words up. I do a good enough job twisting my own words up. So, that's the big difference in fasting for weight loss versus fasting for actual healing benefits. Now sometimes, even when you're fasting for weight loss, you're going to get certain health benefits. As I said, your body, your digestive system goes into a slowed down mode when you stop eating. This still happens if you're drinking the 0 calorie drinks. The Powerade Zeros for your electrolytes. The Diet Dr. Peppers or Diet whatever 0 calorie drinks that you like to drink. The black coffee actually increases your heart rate, so you're going to burn a few extra calories. Yay you. Right? But don't forget that coffee is a diuretic. It's going to make you want to poop. And if you don't have food in you, you're going to be spraying water out your ass.